One big thing that I work on when teaching strength training to women is the power of consistency and creating a sustainable training routine. So just doing enough so that you can manage training amongst lifestyle. And I think the biggest thing that slips people up is perfectionism and trying to be perfect. Then on the other side of it, once you create that good pattern, then it's about how do you have appropriate amounts of rest and recovery within your week, and then within like your actual routine that you're trying to make. The more that you're practicing certain patterns and exercises in the gym, the more you start to feel confident and lift a heavier weight or to move in a way that enhances your body shape or building muscle and getting you to where you want to be. So the easier it becomes, the more that you do it. But there's a fine line. So you need to have that rest and recovery in between to enhance not only your energy, your muscles, lifestyle, being able to give out and do the other things. So one of the things that is important is having those rest days and what you do on those rest days. Not completely just riding off your routine and doing things that don't make you feel good, but recovering well enough so that when you come back into your sessions, you can really give them a good crack and push the level of intensity. I feel like a lot of women, when they've had a break, whether it's a holiday, you've got sick, shit happens, like, work, kids, craziness, things happen. When they come back to training and you make the effort to get back, when it feels hard, like my training today, when it feels hard, just accept that it actually feels hard. Don't expect yourself to be doing what you were doing 2 weeks ago, 4 days ago, and for it to feel smooth. It's actually going to feel hard. So I guess you can consider it like when you haven't logged into a work program after a weekend or after a long holiday, or when you haven't cooked a certain recipe in a while, and it takes that little bit of extra concentration and you can feel a little bit clunky and things just don't move or feel the same as they would when you've done it all the time. So I think it's important to accept that physical feeling of why things can feel hard after a break or an illness or a time away from training. But it's also essential. It's also something you really need to do to maintain what you're trying to do and to actually see improvements and build and get ahead and do things that you have never done before. Yeah, so that's one thing. Adequate rest and recovery without guilt. And when you do get training, putting in enough effort and intensity to continually be raising the bar to make that level of improvement. So it's a fine line because we want to be kind to ourselves and have that self-care. So when your energy's low or when something feels hard, you think maybe you should be just skipping it. But it's finding that sweet balance point in between. And the other one I wanted to bring up as well is training when you are not fueled. So thinking that you just need to get some exercise done to burn calories and thinking that it's better for you to actually go without fuel. Now, 90% of people that train with me know that I expect them to have some sort of a carb source before you actually come in and do your training. And thinking that less is more there is never going to see you make the progress that you actually want to make. Your body is looking for the energy to assist you to really push and actually do things that are hard for you. If there's nothing there to push, it's going to make it feel harder. So to get bang for buck out of your training sessions, especially when you're working one-on-one with a coach and they're there to give you guidance and, to help you feel confident in your technique, if you come under-fueled, you're just ripping yourself off. So that's another thing that I find women either are too busy to get the fuel in or feel like less is more because they're still stuck in that calorie burning mindset when it comes to exercise and training.